Is there any connection between the sounds in Sanskrit and elements of nature? I believe I heard something. I could be wrong, but I heard something about uh, some of the words kind of being framed after animal sounds. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
No, no. So Nandikeshwara Kashika that I was talking about goes into this in a very profound sense. Let me get into it. So, what your question now necessitates that I go a little deeper into this, technical into this. Let me keep it beginner friendly. These sounds that first came about, from which Sanskrit has evolved, are said to be the sounds of Shiva's Damaru itself. When he struck his Damaru 14 times, the set of sounds that came out are A, I, Un. This seems like, this is something man-made. Okay, somebody has actually theorized that A, I, Un are sounds. No. Then comes Nandikeshwara Kashika, which commentates upon these set of sounds, saying A, I, Un, Akarah Brahmarupa Syat Nirgunah Sarva Vastushu. That A is the attributeless, all-pervading presence in every aspect of creation. If we look at it in that sense, the most primal sound, is that which has no attributes, that which has no special character or any taste or color of itself. It is the ubiquitous presence. Then comes Chitkalam Im Samashritya, by merging itself with the consciousness, which is denoted by the sound E, the material creation, which is represented by the sound U, Un, Jagad Rupa Un Ishvara. So, based on those sounds that came from Shiva's Damaru, the first set, this is how creation happened. There was that attributeless presence of A, then the sound of consciousness E got in touch with it. Both of them then together formed material creation Un. So that is how, your question, how are these sounds in nature connected with that? So all of these sounds are very primal, primitive, in that sense that they are present and felt in all aspects of creation. When you asked how other creatures around, how they bark, chirp or moo, or all sorts of sounds, it is seen that all physical creation is just sound. So even in their, even if something articulates that sound or is just there as some sort of reverberance or just any kind of life form, animate or inanimate kind of presence, all of them have that reverberance associated with them, and there is this sound, and from this comes this observance of shapes and forms and corresponding sounds of that forms. So a tree has a specific sound associated with it, and a bird, the sun, moon, everything that there is. So that perception of sound that is associated with some form of creation is called as Ritambhara Prajna. Prajna, the Jna is knowing, knowledge. Prajna is a special kind of knowing, perception. Ritambhara Prajna is that kind of perception where you can perceive physical creation around you in its most fundamental, as reverberance and sound itself. So from that level of perception, all of these shastras came about. So Nandikeshwara Kashika goes on further to describe all the other 14 sounds, how the Panchabhutas, how the three gunas, how the Pancha Karma Indriyas, Pancha Jnana Indriyas, what are the sounds corresponding to each of them, how creation formed. But it's good and very fascinating to learn about all these things as information, right? It kind of builds that curiosity about, oh, there seems to be something which is more fundamental here at play. But the more mind-blowing kind of truth here is, there is that perception within a human being which is capable of perceiving these things. That is within human capability and, potential to get to that state, to refine oneself to that state. That is the whole pursuit that has been the objective of all traditions of this land, is not to worship some sort of god up there, but to realize that presence of divine within, either through bhakti, jnana, kriya, or karma, and live as one with this entire creation. So yeah, those sound is you, me, everything else around us, just to nada brahma, as they call it.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.